I've ever been for a video. I happened to look at the time and notice that it's just after 7, and I have been doing lives around this time for like the last week or so, and I missed yesterday. So I wanted to just jump on here. So here we are. My name's Deb. I like to share the human experience to help others gain confidence in their human experience. Mostly, I'm just a really open minded person that loves being open and welcoming enough to get other people to share and ask questions, and usually ends up down a rabbit hole somewhere that everyone either laughs or learns something new. So it's a good time. That's what we're here for, is to have a good time. Because as we have a good time, then we feel like children and we feel happy, and that's the goal of life, right? To feel happy. Peace. And what's your goal of life? Is it success? Is it peace? Is it happiness? Is it freedom? What does freedom mean? Because even freedom is still, it's one of those paradoxical things, I guess, right? Okay. So these videos are always kind of different. You never know if people are going to be in here or not. And even if they're in here, you never know if they're going to be nice. You never know if they're going to be engaging. And so I am still learning how to navigate topics of such. And I'm noticing that the notepad that I want is not here. Because, like I said, this was very impromptu, and how it takes a moment for people to jump on. What do I do in the meantime? Well, there's a pretty awesome moon going on. People are calling it a black moon. A black moon. So you have a blue moon, which is 2 full moons within a 1 month time. So they call it the blue moon, once in a blue moon, which isn't actually that rare. So a black moon is kind of the same theory, except it's a new moon. It's 2 new moons in the same month. And I will tell you, the moon, before the new moon came, I was waking up each morning and seeing it rise, and it was so beautiful. It was like still totally dark, right? So we'd have the moon that was all crescent, and then you'd have Venus that was super bright, and then Jupiter above it, and Orion off to the side, and then the meteor shower was happening. It was like the most magical thing ever. Hello, person. Welcome. Keep in mind, if there's people in here, I can only see how many people have joined, and I can see comments, but I can't see specific names of people. So you've commented. Yeah. So if you're in here and you want me to know you're in here, drop something in the comments. Just say hello. Tell me where you're from. There has been, I don't know what that means. Hello. Where is everyone from and what brought you here? Is this something you clicked on randomly, or are you a subscriber? Did you get a little notification that the live has popped up? I'm still learning the lives a little bit. It's a little tricky learning, especially the audience seems to be mostly new each time. You Indonesia, okay, randomly down this lamp randomly. Wonderful. Well, while you're here, I guess when I started this, there wasn't anyone here, obviously, because I just started it. So now there's a few people. So, real fast, my name's Deb. I like to just share about the human experience to help others with their human experience. And mostly that's the best I can explain what this is. And that's after like decades of people saying, like, wow, Deb, those were really helpful words. Wow, Deb, you make me feel really comforted. Wow, Deb, you have a lot of wisdom. Wow, Deb, like, how do you know so much like random things? So it's kind of like an everything but nothing type of thing, guys. I don't um okay, well, lag. So it is open Q&A. If you would like to drop a question, wonderful. Other than that, the four subjects is kind of like an awakening channel, new agey, if you will, but also it could just be about being healthy and self-development, paying attention to the type of character your personality is playing while you're here on earth. Do you even believe that there's an Earth? No, I cannot speak Indonesian. I feel like most Americans that I meet actually cannot speak more than one language. Some many can, but it's not common. Like what's the word that you use to speak Indonesian? Like someone from France, we say French. Someone from Spain, we say Spanish. I cannot. Muy poquito? Muy poquito. Can you snore? That's I speak Indonesian. I'm not that I'm not going to try to use AI to speak on Indonesia. I feel like Indonesia would be an interesting place to visit. Where are some other people from? I'm This is getting confusing. Okay. So, maybe a subject. I don't understand these lives. It would yep. So, I'm going to flip through a book and see. So I can talk about whatever subject I want, but it's more helpful. All right, so I'm asking you guys where you live. Where do I live? I live in a desert where people say it's the adventure capital of the world. And so I'm curious, what comes to your mind when you think of the word adventure? Whether that's an emotion, a verb, a hobby, an activity, maybe a person, maybe a vacation. I am curious. Let's see. Speak to me. About to go to America. Okay. America, Brazil. And yep. All right. Well, I'm going to continue on adventure. What does adventure mean? Adventure means doing something that's possible. It might not work out how you planned. See new things. So, how can you know how it's going to be planned? It's unexpected, it's unfamiliar. Getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. I'm not sure what this person might get put in time out. I don't know what you mean, person. 1 minute timeout for you? I don't I don't know what timeouts do, but that was distracting. Okay, so I still have some people in here. This live, when I've only done lives for maybe a little over a week. And when I started them, it was just a chance to get familiar with them. And so to commit to them, I told myself I was going to come on at 7 p.m. my time for 7 days and only do it for 7 minutes because I've learned that, yes, I can sit here and read silly chats and say hi from people over and over and over again. But if there's not a dialogue in the meantime of at least a subject, and usually I have good subjects, I just, sometimes it's just more blank than others because there's so many subjects and I'm not sure who's in this room. And so this chat is about who's in the room. If it's not, I speak only English. Okay. Only English. Greetings from Indonesia. I speak only English. 2 people left in this group. Well, I guess it's not very interesting. I guess I should have some subjects for next time. 1 minute was not enough. Am I? What kind of how? That's an. Yep. Any other questions from anyone? Any other questions? What's your sense of adventure? That's my question for you. If you're in this room, uh, yeah, let's chat. Participate. Participate. Maybe eventually down the road, I'll have a following and people will join. But if there's not conversation on here, then people aren't going to want to join. Conversations go 2 ways. So, all right. I guess next time I'm just going to act like it's just a video and we will figure out walking or running better to relieve stress. I think whatever's going to give you better ideas to help you solve the root of the stress. Uh, they're both great. Whatever gets you outside, whatever gets you moving, both gets the energy flowing. Which one's easier for you to do on a more frequent basis? And here's the thing about relieving stress is, are you paying attention to the items that are causing the stress? Are you focused on relieving stress as like stress management, or are you relieving stress as an escapism and trying to cope to where there's deeper root issues that should be acknowledged first? So that's what I would say as far as relieving stress. And some people love walking and hate running, vice versa. I think it's important to do whatever's best for you. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, escape. Walking or running to yes, escape stress. Okay, well, I'm going to sign off. This has been quite eventful. Have a wonderful time. My name's Deb. I On my videos, I share things about the human experience. It's good times. So, until next time, I may or may not be on tomorrow, but I think I will. But I think I will have a different go out with the live. And nope, nope, nope. So lives, I really do like the idea of 7 minutes. If within 7 minutes, if YouTube hasn't fed people there, or if I don't have good enough conversation in my mind and my flow, like a lot of my thoughts come from if they're not inspired by, okay, so when I make my videos, I am channeled by energy of what's going on with the collective or what's going on with myself. And then when I'm communicating with people, like I'm not it's hard for me to just see chats and ignore you and talk about whatever I want to talk about. If I do that, then it's kind of like I'll have to like do a role play and pretend like there's chats coming through, like, oh yeah, that's really great. Let's talk about this. And then really ignore everyone else's random comments, right? Like, and that's what a lot of people do with lives. Like, I've seen that on sales calls. Like, I can totally tell. They're like, oh, we've hid chats from other members. It's like, no, it's because you're going off of a pre programmed script that you are pretending you're talking to people and you have it kind of like how psychics I love psychics and there are real psychics. I'm a psychic. Everyone is psychic. Everyone has the ability. And but there's certain ways you can word things to where you're like, "Oh, people type this. Oh, you said this?" Well, yeah, cuz you just told them to type that. So, with that said, I like to connect with people, and so these lives are to be able to connect with people. And my time is precious. So, I'm putting it out there that if within the first 7 minutes of anytime I pop up on a live, if there's not a an inspired engagement, then by that 7 minute mark, I am going to that's it. And I'll move on with my evening until the next day and try again. Right. Um YouTube tarots or sorry, tarot readers on YouTube are real. And I I mean, it I I I believe I watch tarot on YouTube. I believe that. I believe that the internet and media, all these things that we have available to us, they are connected to the consciousness just as much as we are connected to the consciousness. And what better way to get messages to people than through YouTube? Like, I believe that when I'm doing my daily videos that I post, if like you're interested, go look at those. And when I do those, I know that they are going to find the people that it's meant for. I know that it's going energetically to the right people at the right time with the right messages. And I know that when I'm opening my YouTube, it's not always algorithm based. And I'm not always called to the first one that pops up. It's you just kind of click on the right ones And it's usually always what is meant to be there for you. If you have a good connection, if you notice the synchronicities, if you have developed being in tune with things like that. So, and some of them don't dress appropriately. I'm not sure if you mean by it's easy for women to I mean, I don't know what appropriate is. It's your YouTube or your tarot reader. I don't think there's an appropriateness for that. And when I say that, I mean, like if you're going skydiving, there's specific clothing that you would wear at certain times. And people actually skydive naked also. So it's let's take and you know, if you're in a bicycle race, you have a uniform that you're wearing. If you're doing football, you have a uniform that you're wearing. Those certain things would be appropriate. If you're a tarot reader, you're sitting at your house or in your office, you can wear whatever you want. Now, is what they're choosing to wear going to attract a crowd that may inadvertently not align with their values and they not know that? Possibly, but also non-judgment is a wonderful thing to practice. And yes, it triggers me something because I am a female and I do not dress beautifully because I cannot feel safe to dress as beautiful as I would like to dress and make myself be. So like I dim my light because I don't feel safe because of comments like that. Like what's appropriate is how I feel like I want to dress. I don't know. Popcorn. Yes. Popcorn's great. Anyways, you're great though. I appreciate the conversation and I love the internet because we can all voice our opinions. And I mean, I get what you mean. I've just recently someone also say like, careful what you wear, it attracts the wrong crowd. And it's very true, but also like I can't afford the good clothing. Can I afford tank tops from Ross and TJ Maxx? Yes. Can I afford the $270 jacket that I walked into some store? I don't even know what it was called because I've never seen anything so fancy. I just saw a jacket I love. No, I cannot. Like, so there's a thing. Why do women not wear that many clothes? Probably because y'all ain't sending them enough money. We have donation links. Send us money and then we'll put on clothes if you care about us so much. But no, it would be men send them more money to take their clothes off. Sex appeal brings in money. Telling you, most of my audience on the stats is middle-aged men. I would expect it to be women that are wanting to develop their femininity and or get more into yoga and their spiritual side, but no, it's middle-aged men for the most part that are my followers, and like stats don't lie. So that's my rant. This video is getting, I like to cut the videos at 20 to 30 minutes. 20 minutes is usually a warning to allow a solid 10 minutes more. But this, again, I think that was a good enough flowy inspiration. And I will, with this live podcast. Oh, thank you. I don't really know. Well, you took it back. Eh. I saw that it was a positive comment. Maybe you didn't like the wording, but thank you. I think I've seen you comment on some of my other things before. So it's nice to see you showing up for the live and appreciating it. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy interacting. I enjoy not coming up with subjects on my own because I can come up with subjects on my own all I want. That's why I do the videos in the morning. That's where I'm coming up with my own subjects. The lives are here for me to interact. So, interacting. All right. We are done. And when you think about it, this is if I'm coming on here 20 to 30 minutes every day, do you know how much I charge for this on an hourly rate for clients? Like, this is an excellent way to get free sessions. Show up for these lives. I'm aiming for 7 p.m. my time. Sometimes it might be a little later, but like, that's why you subscribe so you get the notifications and then you won't miss them. Or if you watch every video, then I will usually tell you what my plans are, but not that you have to watch every video. So, if you're into this, wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love being able to get on here and share because I know that it does help people. And we have had some great lives that have had really engaging conversations or out there subjects that are just fun. Like I love talking about random subjects. And it's all about doing what I love to do. That's what this world's about. So if you love watching and interacting, that's cool. But I'm going to be here doing this regardless because this is what I love doing. So have a wonderful day. My name's Deb. I like to share the human experience to help others with their human experience on this channel of awakening, trying to usher in a new earth here, new way of being, right? Loving ourselves, creating new systems that don't create broken humans. We're not broken. So I need to change that. All right. Have a blessed day. I do videos daily, so look for those and aiming to come on 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Goodbye.